The best traders don't use their own money. They use other people's money, or OPM, to trade the markets. Leeloo gives you the opportunity to trade like the best by funding your trading with a performance account. In this video, I'm going to give you the inside scoop of going through their evaluation phase into the performance account and everything else you need to know about Leeloo. Let's get into it. Alright, so from my live streams from last week, you can see that I have officially been approved for a performance account with Leeloo. I made it through the evaluation phase. I hit my target, and I made it through their process to go from an evaluation account to a performance account. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through that step, that process from the evaluation account to the performance account. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Leeloo, what they do is they give you the ability to trade in a funded account, and they're a little bit different than a normal funded account. With their performance account, they actually pay you based off your performance. And I'll get deeper into that later on in this video. But so basically with Leeloo, you get to trade with other people's money. Similar to, if you're familiar with Top Step Trader, that's the one I heard of before. They are they pretty much do the same thing. However, I prefer Leeloo over Top Step Trader, and I do have a video on my on this channel about Top Step, or how I feel about Top Step and my experience with Top Step. You can go ahead and check that out if you have not done so already. And also, I want to put this out: if you are interested with Leeloo, they are having a 30% discount starting December 21st. So if you're interested and you want to get started with Leeloo, I will put the discount code in the description below, so you can go ahead and use that, and get started with Leeloo for 30% off. All right. So just going into a little bit more detail about Leeloo. I'm not going to get too deep into this. You can go to their homepage at leelootrading.com, and you can check them out for yourself and see if you are interested in any one of their plans or subscriptions to where you can start trading with their money, right? So they basically have three different options, right? So the main option is just have a regular day trading account, and you got the Aspire, the Launch, the Climb, Cruise, Burst, and the Explode, right? So these are basically three different account sizes that has different profit targets and different trailing drawdowns, and each of them have their own fee that you would pay per month in order to go through their evaluation phase. So if you can get funded, if you can reach the target within 30 days, you only have to pay this one time, right? And so that's the only money that you're kind of risking, more so or less risking. And at the end of this video, you'll see how I was able to benefit from that, to where I actually ended up losing more in trades than I paid Leeloo to go through their evaluation account. So the second half of this video, I'll get into all of that. So that's one way that you can trade with Leeloo. This is a regular day trading, and you can go into this and look at all the details for yourself. I kind of talked about this before on another video. So that's one option. Another option is you can use their Leeloo Express, and basically you have this $100,000 account size, where you can trade up to 12 contracts, and that would be times 10 is 120 contracts for micros, where you got to get $6,000, but you got to do all this in 14 days with a trailing drawdown of $3,000. So if you're really good already, and you already have a solid strategy, and you're already you're on your game already, and that you feel like you can hit this target within 14 days, this allows you to save a little bit of money. You can see it's $77 for this Express. But if we go over to the Climb, which is their normal $100,000 account, it is $220. So that's a pretty big savings if you are good at trading already. All right. So, and then the third way that you can trade with Leeloo is, if you're more interested into swing trading, they have this Glide account right here. All right. So all of these are for futures trading. Okay. I think I forgot to mention that at the beginning, but all of this is for futures trading. Okay, so that is Leeloo in a nutshell. If you want more information, they have more information on their homepage. And also you can go to support here, and on the support page in the knowledge base, this has every single thing that you need to know about Leeloo. Okay, so any question that you may have, it's more than likely in on this knowledge base page here. Okay, so this is a perfect segue into the process. Okay, so the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to pretty much tell you how it worked out for me. Okay, so I picked the $50,000 account, right? That's the launch. I picked this one right here. I picked this $50,000 account. Okay, and once I hit my profit target of $3,000, oh, as a matter of fact, that reminds me. So the one thing I want to point out here, so when I hit my target, actually I made a mistake. So I don't want you to make the same mistake that I made. So that's why I'm bringing it up here. So normally when I look at my profits and my progress with this account in NinjaTrader, I look in NinjaTrader and I go to their trade performance window and I just look at the summary and I look at this number right here. Let me circle this or underline it. I look at that number right there. But what this number doesn't include, the problem with this is it doesn't include the commissions that Leeloo accounts for. So basically Leeloo has pretty much, they're treating it as if you're trading in a live account where you would actually have commissions, where you would pay commissions. And again, they have all that information about their commission breakdown on their web page, and I believe it's also in the welcome package that when you sign up you get a welcome package or a welcome email. I believe that they detail it in there. But pretty much Leeloo, they account for commissions, but this number right here doesn't show that. Also, if you look at their if you're looking at on this control panel for NinjaTrader, and if you're looking at your realized profit and you're thinking, okay, yeah, I only needed to make $250, so I hit that $250, so now I should be good. This doesn't account for the commissions as well. So one way that you can see it is you can look at this number here is accurate, or this net liquidation. These numbers are more accurate than anywhere else that you would get on NinjaTrader or what NinjaTrader tracks, because these numbers comes directly from Rhythmic, and that's what Leeloo uses. Leeloo uses Rhythmic. Okay, what you will want to do to confirm that you have met that you have met your target is you'll want to log into the Rhythmic or the RTrader Pro, which is the Rhythmic platform, their trading platform, and then you want to look at this account balance number right here. That's what you want to look at, and you're going to take this exact screenshot, and this is what you're going to send to Leeloo to confirm that you have met your target, right? So let me go ahead, and I just wanted to make that, point that out right there, because so you don't make that same mistake that I did. I was trading that morning. It was a Tuesday morning. I was trading that morning, and I thought I hit my goal. I saw that, I looked over at the NinjaTrader summary, and I saw that I had $3,000, that I hit that I made $3,000 based off of those numbers. But I was still kind of short, like $100 and something, like $150, somewhere around in that range. So I still, I needed to make, by the time I figured all of that out, it was, near the end of my normal trading window. So what I actually ended up doing is I decided to go ahead and trade that afternoon. I actually broke my, I broke my rule for my trading hours, which, in that situation, I felt like it was warranted, because I was all excited and, super pumped about, reaching my goal and passing the evaluation, just to realize that I actually didn't do it because I did not account for commissions. So, I just wanted to go ahead and point that out so you don't make the same mistake that I did. All right. So once you have officially confirmed that you really met your target, what you're going to do is you're going to go to this knowledge base page, section F, paid trading performance accounts. Right here, you see a link that says I qualified. What's next? You're going to go ahead and click on that. Let me go ahead and bring up my sticky note. All right, so I've pretty much broken all of this down and the key things that you need to know from this page. All of this is on this page. This goes into complete detail about everything, but I've pretty much broken most of the process down after you have passed or hit your target for the evaluation account. Okay, So the very first thing you want to do, you want to make sure you do is you want to stop trading. You definitely want to make sure you stop trading. You don't want to keep trading because there's no real reason to. It's not actually real money. It's virtual money. You're not even getting paid for it. So once you hit that target, just go ahead and stop trading. There's no reason for you to keep trading, right? Because what you don't want to do is you want to keep trading, and then you end up taking a loss. Now you just prolong the time that you're in this evaluation account, okay? So stop trading, and then you're going to log into RTrader Pro like I mentioned before, and you're going to take the screenshot of your dashboard. You're going to open up the dashboard in RTrader Pro and take a screenshot, making sure you have that account balance in there. And then you're going to make sure that you get 10 days that you were trading out of however many days you were trading. The minimum for Leeloo is 10 days. You got to be trading for 10 days before you can qualify as passing the evaluation phase. So you're going to confirm your 10 days, and you're going to type out those 10 days like you can see I did down here, right? That's all you're going to do is you're going to just annotate them down. You're going to write them down, type them down, whatever you got to do. Just make a note of the 10 days that you want to use to report to Leeloo, okay? And then there's a questionnaire that you got to complete. Now, to get to this questionnaire, I'm going to drag this out of the way. To get access to this questionnaire, just on the same page, there's a link right here that says questionnaire. Once you click on that link, it'll bring you to their Dropbox with this page right here. Now, this questionnaire, I like this questionnaire because it makes you, write out your complete trading plan, your complete trading strategy, which I think which if you want to be successful at trading, no matter if you're day trading, swing trading, or even if you're long-term investing, I believe that that you should be writing out your plan, your strategy. Write it all out. Like physically take out a notepad, a piece of paper, or whatever you got to do, and physically write it out. Now, if you don't like to write for whatever reason, the second best thing to do is you can actually type it out, okay? And I've actually done all of this. I've done them both. I've written it out. I've typed it out throughout my complete time as being a trader, right? This is how you get to the questionnaire, and the way that I filled it out is I downloaded it. It'll download in a Word doc, right? And then I converted that to a PDF, and I was able to fill out the PDF and fill out all of this, via the PDF, okay? All right, so that's everything you need to know about the questionnaire, okay? And it's not like a test or anything from what I can tell. It's just like, it's more so like a survey. For one, I feel like they're trying to help you, make sure that you're covering all of your bases, all right? And then secondly, I think it's just more so of a questionnaire for you, because they already have risk parameters, set in place to where even if you don't know all of this stuff, even if they didn't have this and you ended up somehow getting lucky and passing the evaluation phase, and you get to a performance account and then you end up blowing up the performance account, they're really not risking a lot of money. And then I get into that shortly and into why that it's not a huge risk for them by giving you a performance account, okay? All right, so moving on, okay? So you're going to complete that questionnaire, and then you're going to open a support ticket on their website on this page right here. So you just go up here and you click on this tickets link. So I'll go ahead and do that and walk you through that. All right, so you click on the tickets, you go to start ticket, okay? And then in the department, you're going to go to support department, hit continue, and you'll put all your information in here. And then under ticket type, you'll go to met my profit target, and in the subject I just put profit target met, right? And then in the body of this, you're going to put this information right here, okay? You're going to put your name, your Rhythmic user ID, your Rhythmic account number, and then your 10 trading days, right? So that they can look at that, and they'll use these 10 trading days to confirm, to verify your successful trading for the minimum amount of days, right? Then you're gonna attach a screenshot of your RTrader dashboard that shows your account balance number, and you're also going to attach this questionnaire to this ticket, right? Just using this little attachment window or box down here, okay? Very simple, very simple. Now once you click submit ticket, you'll get this message here that'll show you your reference number, and I would recommend that you copy down this reference number and keep it for yourself, just in case you don't know what can happen, just in case you need it in the future and you need to reach out to Leeloo with with the reference number. Okay. Now, I didn't need to use it, but you never know. Anything can happen. You know, it's technology. Things can get lost or whatever. All right. So once you do all of that, for me, it only took like a couple hours for them to send me an email that confirming that they received my ticket, and that it's like 2 confirmation phases. So they'll confirm that all the information is in there and that it's accurate and all that good stuff. They will tell you that, and the next step will be an admin needs to confirm your trading days and all of that information. And in that email also, they will tell you that you can go ahead and cancel your evaluation account, right? So, and that's when I cancel my account. So make sure you do not cancel your evaluation account until they tell you to in an email, okay? So once you get that email, you get that information right there, and then the admin will review it. They say it'll take a couple days, but actually for me, so I got this email like that afternoon, like after the market was closed, I believe, like maybe around 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then later on that night, then I got the second email from that the admin had already, confirmed it and verified all the information, and that my performance account was active. Okay. And then once you get that email, you'll have some more things that you need to do, which is down, you can see it right here, that there's a letter that you have to sign, and then you'll make your first payment. So there is a payment for the performance account. And I mean, that's just like any other broker, out there. All brokers have their fees, like whatever fee that, like, they may not charge you commissions on per trade, but they do have fees for like the resources that they give you access to. So like with AMP Futures, I have a fee for the data that I pay for every month. It comes in a package. So every month I got to pay a fee for, the data that I provide, and then access to Sierra charts, or the platforms that you can get through them. Just like any other broker, Leeloo has a fee, but in this first month, you get a discount code where you'll get 50% off. So that's at the time of this posting. So as of right now, once you pass the, that could change in the future, of course. It's their business. They can do what they want to do with their business, but, they're kind of as a congratulations, type of thing for them. They will give you a discount code for 50% off as of right now for that first month, for that monthly fee. And the fee is not bad. It's not bad at all. My first day of trading in a performance account, I've already more than paid for the monthly fee to trade with Leeloo. So it's not expensive at all, okay? And then if you haven't already done so, go ahead and cancel your evaluation account. You can definitely do it at this point, because you know that you're going to get a performance account. And then you're going to choose what kind of performance account you want to trade in. All right, so let me back out of this. So what exactly is a performance account? Okay, so a performance account is not, as you can see right here, you can read through this if you want to. A performance account is not, you're not trading with actual live money. You're not actually trading with their, the capital, the real money that they have on hand in their business, right? They don't give you an account with real money that you can, lose or add to, okay? So what it is, you're still trading in a performance account, but based off your performance, they will pay you however much money that you made in that performance account, okay? And how it works for them on their end, like you may be asking, well, how does that even, like, why would they, it's kind of like they're giving away free money. Well, not exactly, because with this performance account, they have the option to copy your trades, okay? And it's completely at their discretion, as you can see from this statement right here. If they feel like it, or if they want to, they can. If they feel like you're a good trader, or whatever they look at to determine if they want to make, whatever determination that they go through, they can decide to copy your trades, and then they can, by copying your trades, they can manage the trade however they want to manage it without affecting what you're doing. So you can be, you can have your strategy, and the way that you manage your trade and all of that is not affected at all by them copying your trades. And then you basically they're looking at what you're doing, right? And they're copy the trade, and then now it's their own trade that they can do what they want to do without affecting what you're doing, okay? So based off your performance, as it says, it's a performance account. Based off your performance, meaning if this month you made $3,000, then you'll get paid $3,000, okay? And also with this, as you can see in this performance account, that the first $8,000 of profit, you get to keep all of that, okay? After that $8,000, within the first year of trading with them, you get to keep 80% of profits. After you've been trading with them in this performance account for more than a year, you get to keep 90% of the profits. And now for me personally, from my personal experience, I haven't seen any other business like Leeloo that pays out 90% of the profit that you make, or that gives you 90% of the profit that you make. And I've seen as low as like 20%, all the way up to 80%, but I haven't seen anyone, any company pay out 90% at all. So I think that's, that's another thing that makes them stick out from all their competition. If you've seen if you're familiar with another company that pays out this much or more, then let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to know about it. Now, I would appreciate that. So that is a performance account, just to make sure you're clear. Again, before I get the scam police, like to call everything a scam, it's definitely not a scam because they're telling you exactly right here on their page exactly what they're doing, okay? There's no secrets. There's nothing secretive about it. You can see how they compare to their other competitors right there. There's more information. They give you all the information about what they do. They're not hiding anything. None of this information is hidden. It's all right there for the public to see. All right, you don't have to sign in and have an account to get access to this information. It's open to the public. All right, so it's definitely not a scam. You should know what you're getting into before you get into it. Make sure you go through this and read everything before you start trading with Leeloo. Okay. Now, that horse is dead. I done beat that horse enough. All right, so moving along. So once you get that second email, you will have to, along with the other steps that I already mentioned, you will have to choose which performance account you want to go with. Okay, and they have two different options. They have either the accelerator and the investor. Okay, so the real difference between the accelerator and the investor is the accelerator, you have the opportunity to scale. Okay, you have scalability is an option, but you're only starting with 2 contracts. You can only start with 2 contracts or 20 micro contracts, but you can't scale up from there. Okay, with the investor, whatever evaluation account that you used, you will get that same, the same account size and the same contract restrictions, or however many contracts you can trade, the same drawdown, all of that will be the same. It's just in a performance account, and there is no scalability. All right, so like me, I did the $50,000 account, which is all I needed for what I'm trying to do. Okay, but if I wanted to go to let's say if I wanted to go to the $150,000 account, then I would have to start an evaluation phase for the $150,000 account and go through that phase all over again. But I still can keep my performance account that I already qualified for. You can have multiple performance account. That's perfectly fine with them. So let's say if you want to have a performance account you want to have the $100,000 performance account, and you also want to swing trade with the glide account, you can definitely do that. And you want to add in another account for whatever reason with the the $150,000 account, you can do that. You can have as many performance accounts as you want that'll make you jump up every day with a big smile on your face. So it's completely up to you. But the whole point that I'm making here is, in the investor account, whatever account if you choose the investor, whatever evaluation account that you passed or qualified for, then that's the performance account that you will get. Everything will remain the same. The only difference is, in the evaluation account, you don't get paid any money for it. In the performance account, now you get paid money for it. Okay. All right. And also with this, once you get the performance account, not only, do they have the option to copy your trades, they also have the option to, give you or grant you permissions to a live account. Whatever they look at, if your trading tells them that you're ready for a live account where you can actually trade with, their live money, right? So where they're not just copying your trades, then they will grant you that, that's completely at their discretion, right? Okay, so that is a performance account. Okay, and in that second, like I mentioned before, in that second email, that's when you will get the opportunity to choose which performance account that you want to go with. Okay, so after you do all of that, again, you will go ahead and reply to this first ticket. You'll go ahead and reply to this first ticket with the attached proprietary letter, okay, that you signed, and you read through it. Read through this letter. Read it word for word. Okay, that's if something happens that's in this proprietary letter that you was not, it's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy in there. It's nothing that you shouldn't already be aware of anyway. There's no secrets that they're hiding in this letter right here. It's just basically a condensed version of what they already have over here on their website, mostly for, liability for both you and them, okay? So read through the letter, sign it, okay? Use your discount code, go ahead and make your first payment, and make sure you definitely canceled your evaluation account. They got steps on how to do all of that. They got all the information there for you. Go ahead and attach that letter and put all this information in a reply to this first ticket. Reply to that first ticket with all this information, and then make sure you have this statement in here that I have made my payment. After you make your payment, and here's some more information that you can look at if you did the express test, and you can get a refund for that. All right, so once you reply to that ticket with all of this information and everything lines up and you met all the requirements that they're looking for, then you will get a third email telling you that your performance account is active. You can continue to trade in that account just like you was trading in the evaluation account, okay? You'll know that you're trading with your performance account by looking at your account number in Rhythmic, your Rhythmic account number with that will be, similar to that right there. It'll have a PA in front of it, okay? That's how you know that you're trading in your in the performance account. Okay, so that's pretty much the whole process in a nutshell. For me, that whole process took less than 24 hours. The second part of this video, I'm going to go over my journey and some, key takeaways that I got from trading with Leeloo, and we're gonna do like a deep dive into my numbers. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into that. My journey through the Leeloo evaluation phase, or with the evaluation account, pretty much can be split into two parts. Okay, so when I started trading with Leeloo, I already had a strategy that I was using, and I was, somewhat profitable with it. As long as I stayed consistent with it, that was the only problem for me in that initial strategy. It wasn't completely the way that I wanted to trade, and by that I mean there was a method that I wanted to add to my actual strategy and my plan, and it took me a while to actually fine-tune that and get that right. So that's basically how my trading got, split into two, and I had to actually have one reset because of all of that. I was during that process of fine-tuning that new method, or that addition to my strategy. I made a mistake. Because of that mistake, I ended up having to, do one reset because I lost too much money, and I just didn't want to, try to fight my way back through all of that. But just going into this real quick, just do a real quick recap. My account was reset on October 20, and you can see, my performance. It was pretty much, a nice little progression. And this is this was 33 days. That's 30 days. So if you go all the way back to 20, yeah. So it's really 33 days, 33 trading days. You can see I was, I started out, pretty slow, and then I started to pick up a little bit of momentum until I got the target, and it's continuing to go up. All right, so my goal is to keep that climbing up, and I don't really want to have any, any dips in that. All right, that's the goal, but of course, we know how trading goes. So, and also you can see the breakdown right here. Started making, some small profit. I had this one loss in here, one losing day, one red day in here. That was based off of a mistake trade. I don't remember exactly how I did it, but I made a mistake and actually ended up only losing $10, which was good. So after that, I just kept taking small base hits and, slowly adding on to my profits until I, had this nice day here and I hit my goal, right? And through this whole phase, I was actually fine-tuning my strategy and how I got in, and I was fine-tuning the entries mostly, and a little bit of the exit and the management of the trade is what I was really doing. But I was really fine-tuning the entries. You can see my total right there. The biggest winner was the 621. This loss, the largest loss was $10.50, which was, that one was actually a mistake trade that I should not have taken. I believe I had an order sitting in, sitting on in the platform, and I wasn't paying attention to it. I forgot to remove the order when I walked away from my desk. So then I noticed that I was in the trade, and I was able to come back and hold it until it was in the wrong direction and everything. So once it got to a point where I wasn't, the loss was small, I went ahead and exited that trade. I believe that's what happened. But anyway, took 40 trades total in that time period. 39 winning trades and one losing trade, which was that mistake trade for 97.5%. And just the reason why, this is, I'm even putting this out because this is a major improvement from where I started. The method that I use to build out my strategy, this is proof to me that it works, right? And basically, as MV3 trader, the motto for MV3 trader, great trades come from within. In order to get these kind of results, you have to trade using your strengths, right? You have to trade using your edge. I got a video talking about what your edge is, what your real edge is. All right, so if I look at the year as a whole, I believe I officially started with Leeloo in July, but since on TraderView I stopped putting my trades on TraderView in 2018. I was struggling, just to be honest with you. I was struggling, so and this is a paid subscription, so I didn't want to pay for it no more. And while I was struggling until I got everything figured out, and I could come back to it once I got myself together as a trader, right? So all of these numbers should be completely from Leeloo. So now we can see like the bigger picture. Let me go to the calendar view. All right, so you can see that I started trading in Leeloo on July 22nd, and I got off to a rough start. I took with the strategy that I had at the time, or the way that I was, executing my strategy at the time, I ended up taking a pretty sizable loss. You can see I lost $191. So I got off on the wrong foot, and the whole time I was the whole first half of my Leeloo journey, I was trying to dig my way out of that hole. But as you can see, if we go back to the calendar. All right, so if we go back to the calendar, you can see that I was having a few green days, but I was also having some red days. So I was hanging around in the red, and I wasn't making any real progress to dig my way out of the hole. If we go over here and get a little into more detail, we can see in July I was having much bigger losses than I was having winners. You see I had a loss of $86 there, a loss of $91 there, but I had a gain of $61 on this day, but only $9 on that day, and only $2 on that day, and $8.50 on that day. Looking at August, pretty much the same story. I got some big losses in there. I'm winning. I'm losing more than I'm winning. As you can see, that's in August. September, starting at the beginning of September, I'm doing a little bit better, starting to have some decent wins, but I'm still, taking some losses in there. And then I had this one, sizable loss here for $150, which, wasn't making any real, progress, right? And then October, that's when I, had that big loss where I lost, actually ended up playing my stop loss wrong. By this time in October, this is when I started to figure out how to include the addition to my strategy. So I was, starting to have some success. I was starting to have much more success until I had this one big red day right here because I mismanaged my stop loss. So I ended up taking a bigger loss than I needed to. So then I had to reset the account, and you can see I started trading with the reset account on October 20th. And then that's when I started to progress and started to make some real progression, and I started to get into the flow of things. And in December, I had my biggest day, which is $621. And I finally, hit my goal, my target right here on December 15, right? And this is a performance account, all right? So it's definitely been an interesting journey. A key takeaway from this is it shows you the power or the benefit of trading in a funded account like Leeloo or Top Step Trader or any of the other ones. And there's some for Forex, there's some for regular stocks, or there's a lot of different ways you can, or it shows you the power of trading other people's money, right, with OPM. And this is why the most successful people, or the biggest traders, the most successful traders, they actually use other people's money to trade so they don't have to risk their own. And it gives you more flexibility to work on your strategy, to work on yourself as a trader without being concerned about, losing a lot of money, right? As you can see, like the account that I chose was $170 a month. So it took me about 5 months to pass the evaluation phase and get to the performance account. And had I been doing that with my own money, the losses would have been much bigger than what I was spending to trade in the evaluation account. That 170 per month. You see, I had that $600 loser on top of all the virtual money that I already lost. That $600 loser would have been, all the losses, the accumulated losses would have been much bigger than what I spent to trade in this evaluation phase, right? In this evaluation account. And plus, it wasn't 170 because the first month that I did get in, that first month was discounted. So that is one of the key takeaways of this journey that I was on, that you can actually see for yourself, because I did it all through my live streams, and not only on this YouTube channel, but also in the journal, which the link to the journal is in the description below. So that is one of the key takeaways. You can see that you actually get firsthand experience of how beneficial trading in a funded account can be. If at any time I didn't want to continue with this, I could have just canceled the subscription, and I would have been out, free and clear. I would have only been out what I paid to get to this point, right? So that is one of the key takeaways. Another of the key takeaways for me personally is the process of strategy building. So you can see in the beginning, in the first half of my journey with this Leeloo account, where I wasn't doing so good, and I was working on the strategy and trying to build a strategy. And then the second half of it, once I actually used Leeloo to fine tune my strategy, I was actually able to start consistently seeing profits to where I'm 97% accurate, on my strategy. So again, that's the beauty of trading with a funded account. It gives you that flexibility to focus strictly on the strategy and not so much the money. Because when you trade with your own money, then just psychologically, you worked hard to earn that money, and you've had to sacrifice time and all kind of things in order to get the money that you have in your possession. So if you put that into the market and you trade it with the market, it's gonna take it's gonna have a psychological effect on you, right? So one of the ways to minimize that is to do it with other people's money, or to do it with a funded account, right? So that way you can paper trade, but there's no. And then if you just paper trading, like let's say you open an account with TD Ameritrade and you're paper trading with that Thinkorswim, you can do it that way. It's the same thing. You're working on your strategy, but there's no. Once you get your strategy, you're still going back to your own money, right? You're still using your own money to trade. Versus doing it with this Leeloo, or doing it with a funded account like Leeloo. You actually have a goal to actually make real money once you figure your strategy out, right? So that's an initiative to, to take it serious, and to stick with it, and to see it through to the end, right? Now, the way that I would recommend doing it is make sure that you have a strategy before you get started with Leeloo or any other one of these, businesses, right? So you want to make sure that you have a strategy and that your strategy works, right? You can do that, like I said before, and explained before, in a paper trading account. Make sure you understand the markets, that you are, have experienced different cycles in the market. You want to make sure that you have a solid strategy that works consistently, okay? And that you as a trader are trading that strategy consistently, and you are being true to yourself as a trader, right? You want to make sure all of that stuff is in line, and then once you have your successful strategy and your successful habits and all of that stuff lined up and ready to go, then you bring that over to like a Leeloo. You go through that evaluation phase and you start trading not with your own money that you work hard for. You start trading with their money, right? So and we've talked about the beauty of their performance account, where you're still not actually trading with their actually money, so that minimizes the risk for them. But at the same time, your performance will dictate how Leeloo pays you, and to the point where if they feel like you're capable of handling a live account, they will actually give you a live account, and you're still not trading with your own money in that live account. All right, so I just wanted to break that down and go through all of that. If you have any questions about the process from the complete process from setting up a evaluation account with Leeloo, or stepping into a performance account, just go ahead and leave all those questions in the comment section below. And if you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and put this out again. If you're interested in trying out Leeloo, and you want to get started, starting December 21st, they do have a discount for 30% off. That discount code will be in the description below. You can go ahead and utilize that, and I will continue to keep you guys posted on this journey with Leeloo. I trade in the Leeloo account on my live streams, and anything that I learn about Leeloo that I feel like is significant, I will go ahead and share that and make a video or talk about it in the live stream. So I'm going to continue to keep you guys posted on the progress with Leeloo and how everything works with Leeloo. You can pretty much see me as your inside connect to Leeloo. But I highly recommend it. I definitely highly recommend it. So anyway, we talked about all of that stuff. I talked about the discount, how you can get started with Leeloo. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and wrap this one up, and I will see you guys on the next one. Trade it easy.